Hey everyone, how y'all doing? It's me, Jordan, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my first impressions and thoughts on the Destiny 2 beta. Now, I'm pretty excited about this one because I know a lot of you are watching and expecting me to probably tear this game apart, rip it apart, call it a waste of time, don't buy, and that. And I know there's a lot of you watching it wanting me to sing the praises of this game. Game of the year, go buy it, go spend as much money on this game as you possibly can. Having played the beta, I can tell you that Destiny 2 is neither of those things. So let's just rapidly fire through this review and get it done. So let's firstly start off with the campaign mission that we got. Very linear layout, but it's the first mission of the game and I would assume it would be like that. I would imagine that the rest of the game's story missions will give you more freedom to roam around like the original one. The gameplay is just like the original Destiny, but with more immersive set pieces going on. For example, Zavala throwing down his bubble shield, and the background environments are absolutely beautiful, which leads me on to the graphics and the visuals, and they are A+. The presentation for this game is simply a joy to look at, and the sound design is much improved. The guns actually sound like guns, and the voice acting for what we've got is very good as well. As for the battle death noises, they are hilariously bad. So the campaign mission is fun for what it is. There's nothing much to report on it, but one thing I'll say about the final product, one thing it must do throughout the story is it must have variety. Don't just have 20 missions with similar objectives. Give us something like a chase level or a space battle. I'm not saying that's exactly what they should do, but it was one of my biggest gripes with the original, where almost every single mission just played out like one big shooting gallery chore. Now moving on to the strike. The strike plays out exactly the same as it did in the original, pushing from section to section, blasting your way through enemies until you reach the ultimate boss battle. As for the boss battles, they are exactly the same bullet spongy bullet magnets, which I'm disappointed with. I hope there was going to be some sort of sense of strategy and tactics to take down the bosses, but there isn't. I played the strike twice and it ended up feeling quite stale and repetitive the second time I played it. Now whether the other strikes in the final game will play differently, we'll have to wait and see, but I do still see the strikes very much like the original Destiny, just being played to grind out for new gear, which leads me on to the rewards that you get in the beta, which are once again, like the first game, completely random drops, and sometimes I was even rewarded with things that were exactly the same as what I already had, which gives me a few hints that the progression system may feel against you when the game releases. So the strikes for me are fun the first time around, but they pretty much I think are there for those who mainly want to just grind out on the new loot and gear that they want, and for the way that system is laid out is completely up to you on how you like it or not. Now finally, the PvP, and I've seen a lot of people put this feature down and call it the weakest part of the beta, but in my opinion I completely disagree. PvP is very good. It feels more balanced and battle lines and tactics can be planned out. Going lone wolf in PvP is going to get you killed 9 times out of 10, so it's very important to stick near your teammates. At least in the beta, there is no overpowered weapons that gives one player complete advantage over everyone else. The only thing I would change about the PvP is on the game mode countdown, I would disable the supercharge, because for a mode where you only get 1 life, I mean yes you can be revived, but I feel like it's too cheap of a choice when it comes to that particular mode. The mode itself is great. There's so much intensity you can have in that mode, especially when both teams are cooperating, and if they were to remove supercharge, it would make it that much more intense because it solely revolves around your skill and decisions. So instead of Destiny 2 being the answer to whether or not you should buy the game, instead it has left us with just more questions. The content on the PvE side is fun but does have a few flaws, and the PvP is also fun but it may not have that replayability that we need to grasp on to keep playing. The quality of the content that we have in the beta is good, but it begs the question, will this quality be carried over into the final game? I will be buying Destiny 2 and giving you guys a full honest review when it comes out, so if you want to wait for the reviews to come out to see if you want to buy it or not, that is a very smart decision. But there you go, that's my rapid review of the Destiny 2 beta. Let me know in your thoughts in the comments if you've played it, what you think of it, and if you haven't, let me know if you're going to buy it or not. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, leave your likes and dislikes, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.